This is still August 10th, 2025. See, that's one thing with the FBI case. Everything's caught under police surveillance. Whereas September 23rd, 2018 to October 5th of 2018, I called the FBI hotline. FBI agent John returned my phone call. He returned my phone call, and he had already, I was too dorked up to answer the phone and da 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 da. You know what I mean? And then he left a voicemail, and then apparently these idiots show up at his place of work with this big scam, and he runs with it. Tells the Apostolic Church of Barberton he don't care I'm being drugged, beat, and raped because somebody called me a faker 15 years ago and it was a medication error. And then even confesses the next day he met with everybody in his office on a recorded line. Laughs at me for this whole scam. He sounds like a nutbag. And opens a real case with statements. Stark County Sheriff's in uniform at Faith Family Church. We all know they opened an informant case with her and have us help watch her. They talk about the case representative showed up at Abigail Watkins' Portage County Prosecutor's Office. I'm here for Karen around the house. They either call it that or Karen's will. FBI informant. And they tell people the case is part of the nationwide human trafficking scam because the cartels were involved. See, that's where people have always said, we always know Karen's not lying because we got the case. And everything was caught under surveillance. We always knew Karen was never lying. My hands are shaking. I love my husband dearly. Like I said, when I first met him, Brenda was still alive, his late wife. And then when she got real bad, I was working 2 jobs. And he come out and asked me to hug him, hold him, started being friends. Then after she died, he kept coming up and talking to me more and more. He told the neighbors he was in love with me. He thought it was beautiful. And, our friendship grew. And in June, or probably May or June, I moved in of 24 with him. And then he gave me a room to stay. And then he asked me to go out with him. I told him, I said, we're only friends. Will you give me a chance? I'll never hurt you. Told him everything I lived through. I don't care, and I'm sorry those people hurt you. And he was everything my heart needed. He even said he'd stay up and pray for me that God would help me deal with the war. Kind, gentle, and patient. It was everything my heart needed. Everything. Asked me to marry him. He was hoping this other mineral oil well near his property come in, and then we could pay off everything. He said, I'd like you to retire with me and just spend every day with me. And he has been so good for me. We helped heal each other's hearts. See, once you're close to 60, 50s, a lot of marriages are friendship and more because you need that companionship. I have the sweetest marriage in the world. I always say I'm so fortunate to marry my best friend. I told his attorney, Kathy Stoneman, I said, we have the sweetest marriage normally. She's like, I know you do. His doctor breaks all over me how good his health got. And where that judge said it seems like all his family problems are stemming from the new marriage. Oh, his daughter, Desi, was furious. We've had problems ever since he married that Brenda. And she was after that farm and his big truck job. And every dime, her and her kids just robbing him blind since the beginning. It was them. You have nothing to do with this. She's been the problem for the whole time. And she was a problem for 20 years, dividing up his family. See, these people, that Deb going in there crying that it was the only daddy she knew. She was 26 years old, married with children, living on her own when he married Brenda. Never adopted her. Dear God, she was a grown-ass woman. So, and a couple of them were still young. But you know what? He's still only their stepfather. And if he says he don't want them in his life, he don't have to. This is still the United States of America. And that judge, when he's telling him he's scared for his life, that guy threatened his life, he even admitted he beat him before. Oh, I was only 15. No, he was like 25. And that he's so scared of him, he soiled himself. The thought of him being near him. But, oh, he can be around you. What, to kill him? Seriously? You know what they said? Oh, she's just after his money. What money? Like I said, I got a big $300,000 check years ago. They already came got it all. I had very little. I'm actually in debt to the oil companies. I'm the one that I still owe them 66 grand. She buys my clothes, she buys my vitamins, she buys the food. She takes care of me. Oh, but they can be around the ones that don't buy him Christmas gifts, birthday gifts. The ones that call him up, demanding him, talk to him like a dog till he's shaking. The ones that are verbally abusing him should be around him. We're moving out of Tuscarawas County. It's a shame we got a beautiful home. Got it set up real nice. We're getting the hell out of there. I've never, and you know, see, that's where was the case representative today? Why weren't you down there talking to the Tuscarawas sheriffs? Why didn't you talk to that judge? Why? That you had them under police surveillance doing these crazy, horrible things. And to make sure Carl was safe. Why didn't you protect him? Oh, but it's her. And them telling that, oh, she's an evil woman. I'm not an evil woman. I'm a woman that almost died to save my family. And as the investigator said, Karen's a victim of an occult that drugged her and tried to kill her before. And deserves a hell of a lot more respect than what people give her. I am an FBI informant that got left in the cartels. Well, they got surveillance on her with an open court order from me. For protected custody. And like Walter Moss said, a criminal attorney place, they can't close my case till I die. You have to be in protected custody. It's a threat and attempt to life case. See, that's where that people, even investigators, we all know Karen never lied about anything. Never lied about anything. Because we have the police surveillance. And these people sold the login. Like even other people have said that. We have the case. And under police surveillance, all this is documented. Stark County Courthouse. You know, my hands are shaking. I'm so scared. You know, that's where they said that officer was to do a well check and she came in and the house was clean. They told him it wasn't clean. My house is spotless. I have my shoes on a shoe rack that are put on there. Beds are made every morning. Bedding's changed every week. A clean house. I sweep it and then I Swiffer it. Laundry is done. Regular. Bathrooms are picked up spotless. Toilets are cleaned. And not a dish in the sink. Is your house that clean? I got some bills on the table that need to be paid or put up. and only, like, the officer came in and said, this house is spotless. Just some blankets where they're covered up on the couch watching TV, and just some bills on the table. That's it. Toilets are spotless, shower is clean. Floors have been swept and mopped. Those people only want his land. And where they think he's got millions of dollars, and he's got 2,000 or 4,000 left. They lied so bad to the judge, they said he bought a truck and gave it to my son Danny. He never gave a truck to Danny. They lied and lied and lied. And Carl's like, they're lying. They're lying. They're lying. And they had to change their story 3 different times. And they were saying stuff, and while they were saying it, they were laughing. And that Deb coming out from crying her eyes out looked at me and went, we'll be moving out of Tuscarawas County. It's a shame. It's so pretty there. We actually really liked it. Shouldn't have to move out of fear. And people that are not even your biological children, but your second wife's children, harassing you and your husband scared to death of, should not be allowed to bully you and threaten you. And you don't have to talk to anybody you don't want to. It's the United States of America. You don't have to let them in your home. They want a cop to come do a well check. They should already have police surveillance of it. It's spotless. 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 Not even a dish in the sink. As I cook, I do the dishes. And everything's done, and the stove is clean time I get done. See, it's a shame. It's the first time in 8 years I felt like I had a home. I didn't feel like I was just surviving. I actually felt like I had a home. It's a shame. It is a shame. So where was the FBI talking to that judge? What you had on those people? All she had to do was put a restraining order on him. And Carl's asking one and telling me he's afraid for his life, and he said this, and that guy even admitted to that judge he beat him. He said, oh, I was only 15. No, he was like 25. Do you understand? Oh, they can be around him. Doesn't mean Carl has to let him. This is still the United States of America. You don't have to let anybody in your home. See, there's a point in time. Police officer wants to come in and look. It's spotless. It's spotless, just like that officer said. This place is clean. Always is. Always is. It's spotless. Not even a dish in the sink. Do you understand? Beds are made. Laundry's clean. Food, healthy food in the refrigerator. You know, Carl's doctors, they break all over me. Break all over me. Told ya, he went from a 9.9 A1C down to a 7.9. They want him down to a 7.5, and it'll be perfect for being a diabetic. And let's see, and how good your new wife is doing for you. Look how healthy and happier you are. His attorney, Kathy Stoneman, known me for a year. Told her, I said, we have a sweet marriage. I know you do. I said, we have a sweet life. I know you do. And those people are being assholes. Oh, and they think they pulled a fast one on that judge. And you know, where his son Rick's threatening to kidnap us and take us out to Youngstown, get him listed incompetent, throw him in the nursing home, sign that land over to them, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You can't do any of that, even Kathy Stoneman said. You can't do any of that. You can't kidnap somebody, you can't get them found incompetent, can't use an attorney. He has no diagnosis of dementia or Alzheimer's. There's no mental disorder. He is fine. He just wants his freedom. He wants to live his life happy for the years he has left. And I take him around the people that love him. His daughters are horrified. This is Brenda's doing. You know, his late wife, she was a problem 25 years ago. You just walked into the problem that she created, and she did. She brought this in. She was after my dad's farm. She was after his big truck money. And then she put it in her kids, and they've robbed my dad blind for 20 years. And they've been cruel and mean. And his one daughter said, I wish I was there. I would have told him I seen him being mean to my dad. And I seen them bully him and demand things. See, that's where, how could that judge fall for that? And that Karen Laser getting up there, running her mouth, and lying to him, that he bought my son Dan a truck. He never bought my son Dan a truck. He never did anything. See, that's where they already took the money, but they told me he's got millions of dollars, Karen. I'm like, Carl, you cad, you have me out working at midnight and you have millions? He said, Karen, where are they getting this? Because they made it up in their head and they believe the big lie of there's all this, there's all that. There's not anything. Oh, she's just a gold digger, stealing every dime he has. No, I'm not. Do you understand? We'll have to be moving. Even Carl's like, we need to get out of there. I don't want them to know where I live. I don't want to be afraid. That's a shame. Nobody should live in fear. I lived in fear for years. I was so afraid in Ravenna, my breath was cold leaving my body and I'd shake from fear. And the FBI, you need to be speaking as highly as me as the officers that work my case. Somebody showed up and said they went to the witness protection program and they talked to some of the officers and agent work my case and they spoke very, very highly of me. I almost died to save my family and they got a lot of drug dealers off of it. Agent John, where are you? Officer Mark, Officer John, where are you when I need you the most? You should have already been down there talking to